Welcome back to episode 26 of Ultimate Admiral John Paul Jones edition. We are just spending our accolades. I'm undecided what I want to spend it on. I've definitely pushed the luck route in terms of keeping our guys alive, and it seems to be paying off. We've got a significant buff to our guys not dying, which is always a good thing. We've got a nice stock of French 32 pounders. I don't have a ship to put them on, but I bought them because they were there. The USS Savage now has 9 pounders, which is a downgrade from its 12 pound normal Armstrongs, but the Desaguliers are better guns. We've upgraded or downgraded the size of the middle deck from 24 pound Armstrongs to 18 pounders, and we've given the 32 pound French longbows reboard, sorry. We've got the 9 pound Desaguliers now on the third rates, so that's an upgrade from their 6 pounders that they used to have. They have a shorter range, strangely, than the smaller gun, and someone did mention that in the comments, and I've seen it in effect now. But we have a pretty good dispersion of range there. And then we added the Bologna class, the third rate ship of the line USS Tremble, that had us a little bit scared for a while. So we've got some funds, and we're going to upgrade her. Now, I considered giving her the copper sheathing, but one thing I've noticed is it gives you a flat 2 knot speed increase, but a drastic weight increase. And I wasn't too happy with that. I found that as long as your ship speed is around 10 knots, if you add the cutting sails, the advanced ones, you get 20% ship speed and better handling, which can be the same as the copper sheathing. And so now with that extra sails, we've got a 10 knot ship with excellent fire team, and we've added the faster reload rate too. Lighter gun carriages and faster reload. Alright, what are we going to do with these guys? We're going to up their crew to maximum, because I've had a look and the next naval battle's got a few ships involved. December 1779, our ally, the Comte de Goujon, and his fleet are stationed near Martinique. He's attempting to draw out the fleet of British Admiral Sir George Rodney. With the British fleet distracted, the French army under the command of Colonel Henry Toussaint will land and capture the British naval base at St. Lucia. If they are successful, it would be effectively end British dominion over the West Indies. Rodney has taken the bait, but the vanguard of his fleet was unable to engage before nightfall. At first light, we engaged the enemy, and we're bringing all ships. We arrived just in time for the battle. This battle will decide the fate of the future French support, and possibly the war. While French forces engage the larger ships of the line, we engage the smaller Royal Navy frigates, and we will pick off the wounded. Admiral Rodney seems unable to maintain an orderly battle line. Several stragglers have been separated and engaged. Our job is to clean them up. The British are attempting to cover their damaged third rate as it retreats. If we can destroy the frigates, the third rate is ours. Our allies need help. Let's do what we came here to do and show the British what for. USS Savage already has ships in her sights, but we're going to turn a little bit to try and cut them off and head towards the third rate. Look at the battle that's unfolding here. We have British and French third rates all up and down in a line of battle. Mixed classes of Bolognas, an Ardent, and an Ardent. So, and what have the French got? Pretty much the same. Well, that's interesting. We have quite the opportunity here, my friends. Now, in the course of my campaign, I haven't been content to just chase down the objectives. We've pretty much tried to clean the ocean of British influence. HMS Pegasus taking the first salvos of a huge broadside of 45 guns. Not much effect. We have 2 lines. The frigates are accompanying our fourth rates. And we have quite a formidable battle line ourselves. Of course, we don't have the weight of shot that the British do currently on the field, but our French allies offer them equal number. So I'm guessing that the real objective here is to destroy the frigates, capture the third rate, and then leave the battle. But I'm going to do that and then see if we can't pursue the British and assist the French in winning that battle up there, and see if we can't capture a few of the third rates ourselves. And we could transition to a full ship-of-the-line fleet. It says we're in the last chapter, but there's no telling how many battles remain. I would hope it would say this is the final battle. HMS Pegasus is getting brutalized. And she can't offer any support because we are upwind. Fourth rates are going to move in to intercept the third rate. Now, she's still dangerous. She's fully armed. She's just missing a mast. So we're going to annihilate these frigates and smaller ships. Only if they dare get too close will we try to board them. HMS Andromeda getting carved up by the Savage. We've brought more crew with the Savage because we lost quite a number of men just in a boarding action and close range musket fire. HMS Pegasus exploding as a shell from I don't know what ship penetrates the planking and hits the ammo stores. It's always great. We're always aiming just through the bow to try and hit those magazines or powder rooms. Try and emulate that on all of these ships so they are less of a concern to us. Right, USS Savage is fighting on both sides. It's rapidly diminishing her crew condition, despite having the tireless trait. The game doesn't really illustrate how that of what condition actually does. And I don't remember ever seeing it in a tutorial. But I'm just going to assume it affects like how much morale shock they take and probably their reload speed, the action speed. If anyone knows, feel free to let me know. It might be good to know when we start a new campaign, if there's enough interest in seeing another campaign. I will have to buy that DLC, and I'll only do that if there's enough interest. Or if it comes on sale in the next couple of months. Right. So we only really managed to destroy one, but HMS Greyhound's in a pretty poorly state. Let's turn off the Tremble. I thought I'd put the heaviest hitter at the back of the line, just to protect, because the Ardents are good ships of the line, but they're not as heavy as the Tremble. It's not ideal wind angle, but we just did add the aerodynamic sails, so we get lots of extra grace when attacking the wind. And I would say it's pretty much a priceless upgrade for your ships. The benefits really do outweigh any negatives, like it only weighs 44 ton. Okay. Whereas advanced copper sheathing is really weight extensive on the ship. The Intrepid is being circled. She'll soon be boarded. We're going to try and attack her with the 2 fourth rates, just to try and minimize crew losses. She's got very advanced crew, and a lot of them. So we'll try and time a double boarding action, but Redeemer's got a pretty bad angle to the wind. Well, in fact, they both do. Tremble's giving a good fight to the frigates. The Finesse is also firing on the frigates. The Reckoning is latched on. Redeemer's turn. And see, by having these advanced winds, we've got very, very generous turning circle here. Alright, once the lines are attached, it's much easier to connect. We get to drag her in. Or drag ourselves in, depending on the weight of the ship. Now we just need to straighten up the reckoning. It's very tight there. The wind is not the greatest, but we still have some momentum. The longer we drag this out, the worse it is for us. Alright, we're boarding on one ship. Reckoning's boarding. We just need to get Redeemer in close too. Hurry up. There we go. Redeemer is now boarding, so double teaming the Intrepid. Best way to fight a larger ship. Now, ideally you want someone in front shooting through the bow as well, but that's a bit risky on your own ships. The lines of battle are moving up, but we have the wind to help chase us, and we are fast fleet. The frigates are a non-threat. We'll just get Tremble to keep harassing them, block our fleet's advance. Our fast frigates might be the ones to move up. The French are getting battered. The French are really getting hammered. So the quicker we can get assistance up there, the better. And we might just do that. Just send the ships to the line on a merry chase. And also get the frigates on a chase as well. The frigates will intercept them really quickly. They're like 17 knots. We've captured Intrepid. She's largely useless, so we'll probably go min-crew. We did take a few crew losses. Tremble has successfully blocked off the British frigate task force. Let's get min-crew on. See, yeah, now we could just exit the fight here, and what is the fun in that? That would only be a 10-minute video. 12 minutes if I waffle on a bit at the intro. We're definitely chasing that fleet down. So, for all intents and purposes, this mission is not over. But we do have a way to cheese getting out of the mission if this all goes wrong. And the French are getting hammered. And I don't really think we have enough manpower to board all of those ships of the line. So we're kind of relying on the French to win a few of those engagements. Alright, Intrepid's captured. Brand new ship of the line. Thank you very much. 78 gunner. It's an Ardent. So if we decide to keep it, that will be perfect to go with Trident and Triumphant. British frigates are just useless. Useless. Tremble has you scared. Running scared. Right, frigate task force. Flying frigates. We need you at full sail. The line of battle has started to break up a bit. They've got a HMS Trident there too. The USS Trident is superior. Flying frigates on a serpentine fashion, we get them to straighten up and get at full sail, full speed. We'll get the force rates to start harassing the last of the frigates as well. That's not a good place for you to be, the Venus. The HMS Trident has sunk. Damn, that was gonna be my first target, but that's okay. I do wonder if the line will slow down to wait for survivors. And if they take survivors on board, that makes those ships harder to take. HMS Venus is sunk. We've had a slight wind change, but that doesn't affect our chase. Tremble's going to smash up the Andromeda. Greyhound's defeated, but largely. The Reckoning is out of the fight. They don't have enough crew now. But I'll get her to hang around just for a short while to help Tremble enforce some order on these survivors in the boats. Oh shit. I didn't give that order, you saw that. That was all auto aim. Flying frigates are on their way. The French are getting cut off at the top of the formation. It's not looking good for the French fleet. Like I said, I don't know the history of the Battle of Martinique. Was it a French defeat? Did the French have their butts kicked? Alright, we're going to finish off the Andromeda, then we'll get Tremble up to help with the ships of the line advancing. Look how quickly our ships are advancing. It's great. We're going to catch up with those stragglers and try and assist the French. That's what a good ally does. Triumphant's slowing down because she's waiting for someone to join the formation. Freedom is running at 16.5 knots with the wind behind her. I'm going to aim for the rear of Stirling Castle while she's fighting the Sphinx. Sphinx is in severe trouble. Oh, it looks like the Freedom's about to liberate the boatmen from existence. We've had hits. Uh-oh. Stop. I didn't order that either. I swear. But all those boats will probably try. The British aren't slowing down. We managed to sink one of the survivor boats. 80 men perishing. Midshipmen. Oh, one of the French midshipmen is wounded. The Sphinx has sunk. As expected, she was in a bad way. The Reckoning was about to ram this ship here, the Greyhound. But she's sunk too. The Andromeda is defeated. And Tremble has her at extreme range now. Standoff range. Alright, the flying frigates are on their way. 17 knots. Running past the French survivors. We can't stop. Don't know if I can even control those guys. They look like they're my survivors, despite being French. Right, Stirling Castle. Which side is the weaker side? Starboard side is very weak and you are flooding. Another French ship has gone down, the Artesian. Probably terrible French pronunciation, I do apologize. I may as well be on Mars compared to France. My distance. Though we do have the island of Noumea off the coast. We do get their visitors quite often. Coming up on the port side of Stirling Castle. While she's still engaged with the French survivors. Oh, we've got to be real sneaky about this. 367 men versus her full complement. But we've got the other flying frigate coming up on the starboard side. Freedom. It's going to take massive broadside here, but she's doing it for the cause. We've caught up. Just got to get the angle right and match the speed. Meanwhile, we've got the Fury coming up on the starboard side. Devil Dog Marines going to board this crippled warship. Try and take her out of the fight. Freedom is now boarding. We need help ASAP. And then we have Finesse 2. He's going to continue the chase. Alright, we're latched on. One boarding action. Fury, you need to hurry. Lines are thrown. Slow down. Match that speed, please. Matching. Oh, the line broke. Damn it. All these French boats are heading towards us. Do they want to get on our ship? We can't match the angle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is bad. Freedom is in big trouble. She might have bit off more than she could chew, but just because Fury cannot get into... Are these Frenchmen coming to help us fight? They're going to board our boats that are currently engaged. Looks like they are. The French might be coming to save us. The USS Freedom has capitulated. She's thrown the colours. The French are now changing their targets. Oh no! It's all going horribly wrong. Get in the ships. Let the French auto get on Fury. Right, the crew from the Fury has dismounted and got on board Freedom, freeing up the captured guys, and the French are all trying to get on board. What are you doing? Oh, we can control them? I can control it. They're getting on the boat. They're swarming us. The French, desperate to get on board a seaworthy vessel, have joined the fray and they've helped us capture the Stirling Castle. Wow. Okay. That changes the dynamic of the mission somewhat. I was worried about manpower, but now all these French are trying to get on board my ships. Well, Tremble's going to run through the formation here if we're not careful. Alright, well, we're going to take aboard some survivors. Uh-oh, Finesse. Oh, that's alright. So Finesse is having a look at the French. The rest of the French ships are getting battered at the top of the formation. The British have them severely defeated. But their survivors are still desperate to fight. Alright, we've taken a full complement aboard the Freedom and the Fury again. We've loaded up on the Savage. She's got 1,000 men now. That's going to make her slower. Okay. We still take more. Get on board. We may be able to do a lot more work. Tremble, stop. You need more men too. I'm so glad I didn't take full crew. Alright, Trident is unfortunately unable to take any more. I'm not sure what determines that, because I know the ships have maybe it's their weight. Maybe they're overweight. I do ride a fine line with weight. Capacity. Alright, Stirling Castle. Are you fully loaded? And she's good to go. They've got the flooding under control. Alright, we've captured 2 third rates. That's a good start. We've added reinforcements. All of our ships are taking as many survivors on board as we can. And we might be able to do something against this damaged British fleet. The French are resoundingly defeated. There are there's 2 left, but they're critically damaged. Finesse is running up the back of that formation. Despite that, we'll get these rowboats to come up to the combat. We can't take any more on. Savage has got a trail of little boats behind her, like lampreys, desperately trying to get aboard, but we've got no space. Redeemer's got a few berths available. Okay, Finesse is... Ooh, it's a bit scary here. Oh, we should just try and board and then get all the French survivors nearby on board. That's a great idea. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Row, 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 row your boat. Again, this is another ambitious move. As long as those Frenchmen can row here quickly enough, we may have the numbers to overwhelm the Resolution. Wouldn't that be a tale? The Frenchmen living up to the standards of the French Navy, despite not having a navy anymore. They won't let the British win, that's for sure. The British are trying to destroy all the rowboats. The wind has changed now to the east. That's okay. Finesse is wrangling the Resolution. She has the advantage of speed, a little bit shorter, so some of the guns hopefully go over the top. That appears to be the case. The guns are on her deck. Alright, now we're matched. Come on, catch her, guys. High stakes. We're now boarding. We need to get these Frenchmen on board the ship. I should have led the target a little bit. We've got a French ship of the line getting battered on all sides, but it's still helping to block off the Resolution and guard us from fire. Hopefully. Finesse is getting battered. Oh, damn it. Damn it. I really did bite off more than I could chew. Too cocky, sir. We're at real risk of losing Finesse now. We did not use any finesse. A little bit impetuous on the charge. Finesse surrendered. Shit. French, you need to do something. The Palmier is trying to help. There's not much she can do. She's going down. She's getting smashed. She's got a bad list now. The wind is not helping. Oh no, they put men aboard Finesse just as we got there. They've stolen the 5th rate back. Shit. And we just lost a boat to French friendly fire. The Fury's coming in. She's not going to let her sister ship be captured like that. We're going to go around behind Resolution. She's just fired on the Palmer, so we may miss her fire. Shoot into the stern of the Resolution. We need to chase down Finesse. We can't let them have that frigate back. I need to redeem. That's dishonorable display. Oh no, Fury's taken a hit to the... Oh shit. The bowsprit's been knocked off. Resolution's moving to counter her move. Our only goal is to try and capture back Finesse. And all these boats are tying up in my formation. This is going a little bit pear-shaped. Look at the Fury go. She's rammed Finesse. She's desperate to have her sister back. She's trying to push her around to starboard, but she's pinned between the captured Finesse and the Resolution. The Frenchmen are coming up. They're in their rowboats. They're desperate to help. We've got more men on the Fury, which is a good thing. We need to throw the lines. The last of the French ships of the line are trying to catch up to the formation. The Palmer has sunk. Thank you for your service. You really did try to help us. Finesse is literally sandwiched between the Sandwich and the Fury. The Fury wants her sister ship back. The French boat is waiting desperately to join the fight. We just need to throw the lines and capture Finesse and then get out of here. There are a lot of men now on Finesse. She took aboard more British survivors. Tasking these boats... Oh shit. Tasking these boats to my flagship has slowed down the formation. I've totally negated their use. Fury just can't seem to get a wrangle on Finesse. There we go. We've thrown the lines. We've taken more survivors on board. We've got another boat here waiting. We just can't take any more. Finesse is fast. There we go. We are now boarding her. We're going to take her back. And then we need to flee. We could stay, but the frigates are done. The frigates are absolutely done. Okay, we managed to get some men back. But that was pretty bad. We've got more French survivors to help us crew this ship to get her off the battlefield. But they are pinned. Resolution, who was our target, proved to be too strong. It's high stakes on the high seas. We've got British survivors scattered everywhere. The Stirling Castle is just proving to be an absolute roadblock. A nightmare. I just didn't have the micro ability to keep that fleet in the fight while trying to recapture my ship. Fury needs to flee. Finesse needs to flee, definitely. The French are still giving them what for? They refuse to capitulate. They're just going to throw their ships away. But it's all in the name of freedom. So hats off to the French. They fought valiantly. They looked to be outgunned. I'm not sure which class of ships they had. The wind has changed yet again, so we are getting screwed over. Just as we were trying to cross. The British are finishing off the last of the French. The Fury and Finesse is still wavering. They've got 60 men on damage control. We can't take any more survivors. We just need to get underway. And when a survivor boat is queued to them, it seems that they slow down to wait for them. We're also missing a mast, so we're not ideal. We'll get in pursuit, but I think we're done. It's a close call. We managed to capture a few prizes. Intrepid and Stirling Castle. More Frenchmen being killed. Uh-oh. The British... The Andromeda is still holding on. I thought we finished her. Reckoning is missing her bowsprit. As is the Freedom. Freedom's getting nailed by the wind as well. She was almost off the map. Another French ship has sunk. I believe there's only one left. The Victory's the last one. Wasn't the Victory the flagship of the French fleet? First rate? Could be wrong. Alright, our third rates are arriving. The Tremble and the Redeemer at least. So a third and a fourth rate. And we're already taking fire from the British, who have the favour of the wind. He's not in a favourable angle to the wind, but he's got the benefit of gunnery. Alright, he's almost in our range too. The Sandwich. They keep killing those survivors. No holds barred. Few penetrations, equal amount of bounces. Savage is still waiting for the group. We have to split them off just to make this more efficient. Get these boats away from us. Sorry guys, but we've got no room anymore. We need to fight. Get full sail, come on. Stirling Castle's making her way off. Tremble, our newest third rate, freshest one, is going to have to do some work here. She did a blocking action at the start of the mission, now she's in full combat. She's got 4 damaged ships of the line to contend with. She's in good condition. Good speed. She's got the backup of the 4th rate. Savage is coming with the wind behind her, running almost at 11 knots. We'll smash the Sandwich as we come through. Trident is also up, running up stern. Bring those boats up here, but keep them away from us. Triumphant's full speed. Intrepid, painfully slow, trying to make her way across the wind. And our frigates, yeah, they took a bit worse for wear, but we managed to get them back. 8.5 knots, missing a mast. Right, Tremble is tangled up. She's not afraid. She's a dealer of fear. Oh, what is happening here? The survivors keep trying to get on the boats, and it's like they auto-queue to you. And it's slowing my formations down. So now Redeemer's dropped out to try and pick up survivors she couldn't pick up. Big damage to the Cornwall, but taking damage from the Princess Royal in return. Victory has lost a mast. She is done. Redeemer's trying to cut across, get some bow shots in with those carronades. Victory has surrendered. Even worse. Oh, we've got perfect shots here. Trying to block them with the little rowboat. Big damage to the Princess Royal. But we're going to have to take fire from 2 ships now, the way that they're angled. So we'll turn in and try and present an angle. We have 666 men aboard, so we may be able to capture one. We've got another boat there to assist with reinforcements. Tremble's got the Cornwall on the ropes. Try and capture back the Victory. Maybe that ship would become ours. Massive damage to Cornwall. All good hits by the Tremble. And the Victory is now sunk, despite our efforts to try and save her. A lot of men aboard too. Get them to follow, so they don't get shot to death. Savage is catching up. Try and cut off the Sandwich. We've been holding fire to get her crew condition back to peak performance. Guns are being loaded now. Crew is transitioning from stationary to manning the guns. Take some time to get them all on the guns. And we're ready. Fire. Double charge. Oh, it's slicing through the Sandwich. The pun wholly intended. We're hitting both sides of that ship and still going through and hitting the water. Redeemer is tangled up with two ships that vastly outgun her. But she's trying to wrangle the Princess Royal. We have the benefit of crew skill and numbers, and a lot of boats to back that up. Tremble's going to try and capture the Cornwall, who's taken an absolute battering. Most of the crew will be trying to save that ship, I believe. Redeemer is now boarding. Savage, still picking on the Sandwich. We're switching to Grape Shot. We're on fire. Oh, we've taken a critical hit. We've lost 6 guns. Wow. We have a powder room explosion or something. Redeemer just going to stack Frenchmen aboard it. Princess Royal is about to cop a lot of Frenchmen. We're just topping the numbers up as they diminish. Take that. Oh, Cornwall is fighting the wind. We're going to have to turn with her. We have better sails, I'm hoping. Keep topping the numbers up. The French aren't doing too well. Hopefully it's the Frenchmen that are losing. Not the Americans. Getting a little bit stagnant. And the Cornwall is doing that fancy maneuver, I can't remember the name, where they have full sails across the wind and they go backwards. Do a reverse turn in a ship of the line. It's got a fancy name. We're trying to match that, but we are a smaller ship. She's got more guns. Oh wait, that's a Tremble. I do apologize. We're about equal. Redeemer has surrendered. What the actual? Oh my god. the veteran British Marines fighting off both the French and Americans on the USS Redeemer, and they were experienced crew. Get aboard the goddamn Redeemer so we don't have to chase down another ship to capture. What are you doing? They can't get in there. You better not board that ship. I don't want to have to chase down another one. Alright, we're back on board Redeemer. I thought we were going to win that handedly, but we got... their morale held on longer. That's hilarious. I'm going to... interested to see how many troops we've lost at the end of this mission. Princess Royal has finally surrendered. Sandwich has surrendered off screen. Take the Princess Royal, get some on damage control. And we'll finish up that battle. No deaths, really, except for one midshipman. But, wow, fleet casualties, 6,000 men. The British lost 5,000 men, but geez, between the French and the Americans, we lost 6,000 men. Nearly 11,000 men lost their lives at sea. And I would say that the majority of those were the French because they lost their whole fleet. But we did lose the crew of the Finesse. And then I'm pretty sure we lost the crew of the Redeemer. But we've captured a lot. We captured the Princess Royal, the Sandwich, the Stirling Castle, and the Intrepid, which is quite a significant haul. And the British lost the rest of their fleet. And our allies lost their fleet. So I guess the US won? Yes, that's a win, yes? A Pyrrhic victory for the French. A decisive victory for the United States. A decisive loss for the British. I'm Commander Tyrael. This is Ultimate Admiral's Age of Sail, the US campaign. We are coming towards the end of the campaign. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, and commenting as we head forth to victory. Until then, Commander Tyrael out.